Hey, music teachers, welcome to the show. My name's Glory St. Germain from Ultimate Music Theory, and I am here with the ever lovely Miss Leanna, and we're talking about our upcoming event, musicbusinessmastery.live, and we're also talking about what's trending in music teaching right now. So, Leanna, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you are teaching.
I'm a music teacher here in Draper, Utah, which is a suburb of Salt Lake City. And I've been teaching since I was a teenager, and I love it. With COVID, I had to learn really fast how to teach online and be good and enjoy it and make it meaningful for my students. And because of that, I am now teaching students in other countries. I've had students in Canada, I have students in Germany, and in different states across the US. And I love teaching online. And what I love even most is teaching ultimate music theory to students online. It is such an amazing program, Glory.
Oh, thank you, Leanna. Isn't it fun? And you know what actually brought us together, Leanna and I, is that we're both passionate music educators and we were attending a conference together, which is how we connected initially. She's actually one of our Ultimate Music Theory certified teachers and in our UMTC Lead Educator program. And we really also connected when we presented our Music Business Mastery.live event, which really, we're talking a little bit about what's trending right now in music teachers industry. And one of the things is, I think that teaching online is here to stay. It's not something that just we used for a minute, but it's also given us an opportunity as music educators to learn and grow in our own community. So share a little bit. I'll just pop up our musicbusinessmastery.live. It's a 3-day event. So make sure to get registered so you can meet the lovely Leanna along with our other Ultimate Music Theory teachers. So talk a little bit about how you've seen, changes in the trend of music education for teachers.
Well, in my discovery and with my own students, I'm realizing that the theory is not being shared or taught or made simple enough to understand, to awaken the joy of music discovery with those tools that you learn in that language of music, which is theory. And I have really enjoyed online. There's games that are created in your program. And I so appreciate those that Joanne has provided for us because it enlightens the student. It gives them a break from the tedious practice every day, study this, do these pages, and it makes it fun and exciting. And I think that is here to stay, those playing the games online. Even my grown husband plays games online and loves it. And being able to share the learning and the reinforcement with those students. Everybody plays online. Why not learn music online
Exactly.
too?
And what's interesting is that now that we're sharing these learning tools with our students to learn music theory online, to also take their instrumental lessons online, you can also do it hybrid. And it's also opening up this whole platform for music educators. And you've been one of our presenters at our Global Music Teachers Summits. And I'm so grateful to have connected with you. Leanna is also an international best-selling author in our publication, The Power of Why Musicians series. And when we see how we've sort of taken music teachers from around the world and created this community, maybe talk a little bit about that as your husband was taking lessons from one of our other elite educators. How did that work for you?
Oh, it was wonderful. I contacted Tulani in Zimbabwe, and I really liked his enthusiasm and contribution on our coaching calls. And so I reached out to him and I talked to my husband, who hadn't been studying for a while. He plays by ear a little, The lessons that he received from Tulane were amazing because it was joy. He was enjoying instead of I'm learning this song. He
Yes.
was felt the improvement from the technique that he was learning. And it's Business Mastery Live is, I cannot tell you, just yesterday, I was cleaning part of my office and the worksheets that you provide for those, I think I have 3 or 4 sets.
Yeah.
And I was going through them and I was seeing, what my answers were, what my comments were. And I thought, I've got to remember this. This is so good. It just makes me a better teacher. Thank
Oh,
you.
that's so great. I'm glad you mentioned the workbook, Leanna, because when you get registered for musicbusinessmastery.live, you will be getting a play-by-play workbook that covers all 3 days of learning. We're going to be talking about mindset and how you can make that shift so that you're open to learning and understand your students' learning styles. You're going to be learning about strategies for teaching more effectively and also how you can be teaching group classes. And we're going to be talking about tools for marketing so that you can grow your music studio, so that you can be teaching groups like Leanna, you can be teaching students from around the world, or you can be teaching in your music studio in person, whatever that might look like for you. But it really is, I think, a very valuable program. It's free. It's a master class for 3 days live. And we look forward to sharing all of these great tips. And you might even get to meet Tulane, who's in our program. And there's really music educators, Leanna, from, I think we're in 10 different countries now.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe, South Africa, New Zealand, France, Singapore, obviously, and the UK, and
New Zealand.
US, and New Zealand, and Canada land, and England. I'm trying to think of all the countries. But I think one of the most important things that we've created is the community of like-minded teachers that really are passionate about having that coaching. And if you're joining us for musicbusinessmastery.live, you will have an opportunity to be coached. We've got some Q&A time. So what was maybe one of your biggest takeaways from being in the coaching program, Leanna?
Oh, the friendship. If I have a question, I have reached out via email to people in different parts of the world, and they've responded, and the encouragement, the positivity, every single one of those coaching calls, I look so forward to them. And then when they're done, I say to myself, wow, more motivation, keep going. And that's what I love. And we as teachers, we're stuck in our little studios and we do our thing. But to have friends who are willing to share all over the world is amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And I think this trend is just continuing to grow. I think now more than ever, we need to reach out to be taking advantage of these free master classes that are offered for professional development. We also, upon completion of the 3-day master class, you also will receive your Music Business Mastery certificate of professional development. You can hang it on the wall and say, wow, I did that. Be proud. Make sure you download your workbook and join us live, because it's important for us to show up. Think of yourself as a music teacher. Do you not expect your students to show up live? They don't just say, oh, send me a recording. And that's the important thing, isn't it? Is just being live and communicating with us inside the Music Business Mastery.
Yes. And I look forward to the next one that you're having. I always have learned something every time. So I'll be there.
Awesome. Yay. Thanks, Leanna. Thank you so much for joining me today, and keep on having fun. And until next time, teach with passion, everybody. Bye now.
Bye.